Right, good to go. Coffee's in hand. You've actually got dodgy water there. You haven't got the branded stuff.
I didn't. Yeah, but it's not chilled.
It's room temperature, chilled. I think I'll pick up more. I've got a container full of it, actually. And a load of dodgy ply. But
Hey.
hello and welcome, Construction Sport Podcast. Sammy Merch goes by the name of Sammy Merch and is now Sammy Merch official. And Scott Jones, the Stair Guy.
One of.
One of.
Mm.
Ah, so there's two of you.
Yes. Is that plural? Yeah. Just
Who's the other one?
Tom.
Tom.
Mm.
How's Tom?
He's all right.
Where is he? Does he not do media?
He's in Sheffield.
Is
He
he?
doesn't do the talking side of things all that much. He's basically too nice. I'm just the bell end, so I kind of get shoved into this kind of thing. So yeah.
Superb.
Mhm.
The face of it.
Yeah.
Face. Is that your brand there as well? Yeah.
No, that's something different altogether. That's a bloke I met a little while ago called Dan Newman, started a company called Goldilocks, which is sort of raising awareness for alopecia and people going through cancer and stuff like that.
Oh wow, fair play.
Yeah.
Is that printed on?
No, that is a little pin badge.
Oh yeah, happy days. That's quite a cool pin, isn't it?
It's all right.
Fair play to that, man.
Looks like me with glasses on as well.
I know, did you think it could be your spec? Did you think it just took the specs off? We're actually going, but we are ordering the merch. Bit of merch. This is one big advert for the Lost City.
Yeah.
It's been cool. So Sammy Merch, you are the head of merch pretty much for the Lost City camp.
I am for the Lost City at the minute. Yeah.
So you are doing all the. Well, at the minute you are.
I am.
Full stop.
Yeah. Yeah. All the hoodies,
It's gone well, isn't it? Good
hoodies
start.
and beanies. Great start. We just need to keep it going.
I need to find my beanie actually. I can't find mine. I think it's in the back of my van.
We can always
Good
order
one.
another.
Yes, you
Money
can.
goes to charities.
Someone
so.
said to me yesterday, Steve, I'm going to buy a hoodie soon. What size I go for? So go for the small one, and then you can buy a big one and get one that fits you properly. And there's no returns policy.
There is no returns.
Perfect. It's going well though, isn't it?
It is.
gone off.
It's been
We're in a
busy.
Good boom at the end of the year.
Yeah, it's been busy. It's like I say, all the money proceeds go to the Lost City.
Yes,
so
thank you
we're
very
doing it for
much.
the right reasons.
It is. How many do you reckon you've sold so far? Not to put you on the spot.
Oh my god, I should have checked, shouldn't I?
Thousands.
Including these three.
We should know as well. So your funds are coming over to us as well, so we should know and we don't. But there we go. But that's going well. So hoodies, and I'm ripping this one now, aren't I?
Sweatshirts
Sweatshirts
and the,
and the beanies.
Bobble hats,
And
yeah.
the bobble hats. Yes. You can do caps in the summer.
we're going to do caps and t-shirts,
Oh, t-shirts.
and then hopefully some more bits where
Yeah.
we'll discuss some
Yeah. There should be
non-wear, non-garments.
some
So more like
non-garments.
travel mugs and normal mugs.
Decent. Yeah, that's a good point. And you do all that.
Yeah, I do it all.
You do. We could do it actually. We need some in here, as Kate said, didn't we? But and the Stair Guy,
Mm-hmm.
the Stair Guy, you guys are supporting the Lost City campaign as well, aren't you?
Yeah, we have since it all came about. That's
wasn't-
kind of
yeah,
how
it
we
was.
met each other, if you like, I guess.
Yeah.
Me kind of creeping on you.
So explain
That's why I
what you
apologise
guys
for-
are doing, because you're not just doing a standard kind of support. You're doing something with the stairs, aren't you?
So yeah, we work with AndysManClub as well.
Yeah, amazing.
So we donate minimum of £5 for every staircase we sell to both you and AndysManClub.
Incredible.
Tends to be more than that. It's basically a nominal amount we've agreed on, a percentage of our gross profit of every job that goes, which we've done since we started, and getting the back of the vans done,
Yeah,
and just making noise about it, to be honest,
yeah.
because it's really important.
Keeping that noise
It's just
moving.
getting behind people like you guys and
But
doing
this
what we
is-
can.
This I'm intrigued to see how this year goes now, isn't it? Because we started off very strong with the Lost City
December
project,
was
didn't it?
very strong.
Yeah.
very
When
strong.
was what was the date of it? We went out. Do you remember? Was it November? Start of November. 4th week of November. Look at that. Stats over there.
He's on it, isn't he?
Does nothing else. The it's good because he can just get abused here. He's got no defence because he's got no mic. Just sits there. Every episode, there's at least 30 seconds of abuse to Alex in the corner. But we don't promote bullying on this podcast.
Obviously.
We just inflict it. But yeah, it was. Was you out on the day doing part of it?
No,
Or
not
was
on the
you-
day.
You
No,
were
no,
there
it was-
seeing from
So
sight.
yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah, was you? Where was you, Sammy?
I wasn't. I was at home. I saw it launch.
Yeah.
Saw the drop. I think I was impacted like everyone else by it.
Yeah.
And I actually got talking to Joe Pappy
Yep.
about it. And with him, we just came up with an idea that we weren't even looking to do merch. We
Yeah.
just wanted to do a hoodie for Lee.
Yeah.
That was all it was to start off with. I ended up having to go to a courier at 11 o'clock at night to make sure it got to him on the next day delivery.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But it did, and then it just went from there. It was whatever. I knew I wanted to help. I knew I wanted to help and do something, and I thought clothes is my way with it. So
That's the thing I think people realise now, isn't it? Any kind of way of just doing something just to keep the message moving.
Yeah.
I think this is why we're seeing a few things. I know I spoke to Lee the other day, and a few exhibitions and stuff, and how we can do it just to keep the noise going. Everyone we speak to, my world's more behind LinkedIn, really, I suppose, rather than the other media channels, as much as we do them, but personally, and that's where the amount of people come to us on there, it was bonkers. It hit. Well, we put it out when they give us the go-ahead, was it like 9:30, I think it was, to say that everyone been out for 3 hours, and they said, right, 9:30, everyone got told, now push the buttons online, social media, and then everyone did. And then I was sitting with Lee in the studio talking to a radio station. I can't remember what the name of the radio station was now. It was a radio business of radio stations. And I was like, I'd never heard of this. And we were on talking to them, and I Googled at the same time. They own every single radio station. And I was like, oh, shit, this is a bit more. And then they put it out to everyone. Wow. I can't remember what the name was, but they owned Heart, Capital,
Oh,
Magic.
Global.
Yeah, no, it was more than that as well. It was some radio. No, who was it? They were. I remember there's a bulk of radio stations. You'll know it wasn't Global. It was something like that. But yeah, and I thought, oh, this is a bit bigger. And then I was literally there putting a post out on LinkedIn as we'd done it, and then I literally sent it out. And then next thing you know, we just see it, don't you? When the traction goes well, and I was like, "Jeez, this hasn't happened before." And it was literally a picture of 2 or 3 pictures of the signs, and that was it. So straightforward and powerful. But then on the day as well, we had it with Lee. I think the guys up in Newcastle or the Leeds ones, Balfour Beatty come out and took their signs down on their sites. So it was like, ooh, I was like, we did work with Balfour Beatty as well. So I was like, bastards. I was like, we can't call you out too much because you're paying our wages, but we will because this is wrong. But they at the same time took theirs down, and then Lee was there. He was like, Steve. They were talking, what's going on? Like, in the group, they was like, Leeds is down. And it was like some military movement going on. It was like, what's like infiltrating the country? Like we've lost them, but yeah, incredible. And then you guys, obviously, I think it was quite immediately after, wasn't it? Really?
It was as soon as I saw it come out. Yeah. It was just fuck me. This is big. This is. And important.
Whereabouts are you guys based? You're at West Country.
So I'm sort of west of Hereford. Oh yeah. So Welsh border.
You're SAS.
Not personally, as you can probably tell. Yeah.
Says that.
I'm more of a Mr. Blobby kind of character, right? But
you would never admit it.
Yeah, you could be.
Yeah.
If you was a SAS, you would admit it. So I reckon we're going to go with you are.
Okay, that's fine.
Special forces agent.
Do as you need to.
Yeah.
Then Tom's up in Sheffield.
Oh, fair play.
So we sort of cover, I don't know, down as far as Exeter, across the south coast to the M25.
Yeah. So what is it you do as such then? That's it. You're carpenters, you build stairs, and obviously I didn't do any homework, so I just want you to tell
That's right. Yeah, no. So we are basically the old school service that doesn't exist in the staircase industry anymore. So going out, measuring, making sure things fit, and then working with about 7 or 8 different manufacturers across the country to get stairs to site.
Oh, really? Gotcha. Mm-hmm. So is that what kind of area? New housing areas?
Combination of everything, just not major house builders, because fuck that, really. Just not our game. There's no money, and it's just a life of misery, so it's not for us.
What is the niche with the stairs then? Is there a special kind of... It's a set of stairs, isn't it? Just a set of stairs. So you guys will do vast...
vast arrays. I mean, we do anything from sort of £400-500 up to sort of 60, 70 grand.
And you kind of buy them... The set of stairs, you literally buy it in as it comes.
Buy it in as it comes, get it sent straight there.
Yeah.
Yeah, very... very transparent about what we do.
Yeah.
There's a few in the industry that we work in. It's like, well, they are just a third party. It's like, yeah, we are. And we own that. Fucking say what you want, no? It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's it just worked. It was. I started it coming up to 4 years ago now, and it was just a case of wanting it to just work for me, and the kids, and at home and stuff, and spend more time with them, because I was working for somebody else before, and I was just working like 70 hours a week. Fucking crazy, just up and down the country. It wasn't so much it was somebody else; it just become a bit of a monster.
Stairs again.
Stairs again. Yeah, I've only ever done stairs. So I don't know. It outgrew me. I think it's probably the best way to word it. I didn't outgrow the place. The place just completely outgrew me. Yeah. And I'd had enough of the industry in general, and I was just like, do you know what? I either make this work.
Yep.
We had like 3 months runway, or it doesn't, and I just fuck off and do something else. And that was kind of where I was with all of it.
Is there many stair... So you're not a stair manufacturer?
No, we've had the opportunity to become one, but I've got no interest. It's people and all that shit, just not my bag.
But I imagine you've got to hit so many standards all the time. Is it forever changing?
I mean, the regs change quite often. Yeah. There's a, I guess, oversight body in the BWF, kind of, which is the British Woodworking Federation, which a handful of manufacturers sign up to. It's it's pretty useless as a
So
body.
it's not
in general.
compulsory, yeah. So
No, it's hard because from a manufacturing point of view, you don't take into account the on-site conditions, who's fitting it, everything else. So it's all well and good sending out something that applies to this standard, but if it's going to a house that's going to fall down and fitted by people with no hands, it's probably not going to go all that well, is it?
yeah.
So
There's so many of these as well. We're coming across them now where we've been doing what we've doing, and like, we must try and get in with this organisation, because if we come under that banner, there'll be so much. Everyone will be channeled to come towards supporting us and show. But then when it gets to nooks and crannies, like no one has to actually follow this, and these people just mark it in a way that you're thinking, oh, we have to be at that standard because they say it's like no, they're just. I think the only thing that's changing that climate is probably Grenfell, and what Grenfell's done in some way. That's the cladding world and even fire.
we won't touch anything fire rated. It's just not. It's not worth the legal risk. Is
it not? Yeah. So they would try and prevent stairs, put stuff on stairs to stop them burning.
There's a specific type of timber, and sort of in terms of density and all that, the other that you have to use. There's a specific application that needs to go through a certain type of glue.
Yeah.
Everything else that needs to be done on site to it. It's like if one of those things isn't done, you're culpable, and it's going to be corporate manslaughter. It's like, do you know what? Fuck that.
Yeah.
For the sake of a couple of grand, not for me.
And that's it. Yeah, we had I had my first house. We've moved now. We moved a few years ago, and but we had windows done on that, and it was an old house. They were sash windows, and we had one made up to match it, and as it was, and we didn't get the certificate off them to show that it was the standards of the thermal stuff, malarkey, whatever you call it. There's me. I'm a ground worker, work outside, anything indoors. Don't know it. But when we sold the house, they said, have you got the paperwork for the windows? I was like, no. So I rung up the person who made it for us. I was like, can you get us this paperwork? No, don't worry about it. Just get an indemnity insurance on the windows. You'll be absolutely fine. I was like, what? He said, you don't need it. He said, just pay 250 quid and it will cover you. Otherwise I'll have to charge you an extra £1,000 for a set of windows. And I was like, oh, you don't have to have that standard. He said, no, but everyone thinks you do. He said, but if I sign up to that standard, my whole warehouse has to go through that standard. It's going to cost his business so much more, and he can't do the deals on windows that he likes. Yeah. So he just says to people, take out an indemnity insurance when you sell the house for a few $100. I was like, so you don't need that. Loopholes.
There's loopholes everywhere in construction, aren't there? Yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's,
so where did you start off then? Was that in the world of stairs?
It was timber in general. So I went to uni, finished in 2012, specialised in charitable marketing.
There we go.
Kind of got to the end of it, did the thesis and all that sort of stuff, and realised how corrupt the charitable world was.
It's fucking bonkers, isn't it? That's what I say that from a charitable position as well.
Well, no, it was sort of going through all the reading for it is like, you look at these big organisations like Oxfam and people like that. I don't know the numbers exactly, but it's like 30p in the pound that actually goes to the cause. Yeah. But they've got a nice glass building in the middle of Oxford. You think, this is fucking pointless. I don't really want to be involved in this. Yeah. So came out, didn't know what I wanted to do. Ended up working for a company called Geldwen. They were massive. They still are quite big. Yeah. Based in Sheffield, which is how I met Tom. Got made redundant from there after 12 months. After 10 months.
Big payout. It's got a big payout.
It was
10 months.
It was at least £4.75. It was something like that. Yeah.
Devoted your life to it.
Yeah. You can keep the car for 2 weeks. Oh, sound, thanks. Yeah. And then ended up another company called 220. Little business when I started. Great people. Really reflect on the time there well, but like I said before, they just outgrew me. Yeah. And it just wasn't the place I wanted to be anymore. Yeah. Nothing against any of the people there or whatever. And that was specialising in stairs.
Was it? Yeah. Yeah, that charitable world thing. It's funny. That's why I got into. We didn't want to push in the charity world at all, but I didn't agree with a lot of what's going on in that world. Yeah, and was like, I've just seen what's been raised at an event and heard the numbers, what's been raised, and then what's just been put in the newspaper, what's been raised is completely different. Where's this money? And then
what's going?
Yeah, and it was and to be honest, even some of it now looking back at it, the way it was is because event would be done and they would say we've raised £500,000, but what they make it sound like the numbers incredible to impress everyone, but what they don't take into account is the cost of a venue, cost of everything with it. I'm like, so why don't you just say the money you've raised?
Yeah, so 150 grand rather than 500.
Yeah. I was like, can you just now it just doesn't look transparent. Why would you do this? So then it's funny because I'll criticise everyone in the world, I suppose, but I'm open to it as well. If someone to criticise us, game on. We can chat.
We're very similar like that.
We've got a podcast to discuss it. But yeah, that's why I just couldn't think about it. And I know you say about the Oxfam as well. My missus rang me up and she was outside the headquarters for Oxfam, I think it was, somewhere. And then she went. I was speaking to her. She wanted to see the range of cars that were outside this building. Yeah. It's like, what is going in? And there's a lot of speculation on it of what goes on in the bigger places and where the support actually gets there. But
Yeah, I never delved that deep down into it. But when I did the dissertation back then, it was for a charity called Concern Universal, who were based in Hereford, but they got taken out. A charity got taken over by another charity, which is a fucking bizarre thing as well. By a thing called United Purpose, and it was on. I don't know if you've ever seen them in the past. You can sort of go onto a website and buy a chicken for someone in Kenya or something. No, do you know what I mean? Like rather than giving someone a tenner, you can give them a goat or whatever.
Yeah.
It's got something to it. I was kind of behind that with what I did for them at the, let's say, 15 odd years ago now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was rewarding, but I was just like...
We did, I did look
goat.
at adopting a construction worker and making something up about that.
I mean, you could, that's it though,
You can
yeah.
adopt a polar bear, can't you? So you can adopt a construction worker, and then you can set your criteria of what you want. It's like, it sounds like a mix between one of these charities and OnlyFans now, doesn't it, I suppose?
Yeah, a lot.
But imagine it. We could ask for where you could pinpoint what part of the country you want. This is the next Lost City project, I reckon.
I mean, we can see it. We can do it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see the criteria of people you get.
You get fucking...
I already have
awesome,
a few. I have a few names of men that would probably put themselves forward for it.
Lower cost or higher end. Yeah, donate today. Yeah, so superb. So merch. Where's the merch come back then? Where's the when did it all start, Sammy?
So officially, I went full time with the business just over a year ago.
Yeah, early doors still.
Very early doors still.
Can I just ask Sammy bring the mic a bit closer?
No. Better.
I have to lean as well while I was doing this.
You do whatever you like.
Just as well.
Yeah.
I was going to just try to be nice about it.
Yeah, we've been full time for a year now. I've done it as a sort of side hustle for a few months, but I had 18 years in construction.
Yeah, come on, tell us about this then.
Yeah, family business.
Cool.
Brought up in a family business. The day I left school, I was part-time college. Started off just as like a personal assistant, worked my way up to project management. And, the family business, long story short, got sold. And I never felt the same when it wasn't my family business. I still cared like it was, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
So the problems that I ended up taking home, the worries I ended up taking home, it wasn't for the right reasons anymore.
Yeah.
But I actually lost the job. Got told on a Monday morning in January, your services are no longer required.
Not a good time of year either.
Not a good time of year. Literally, I was in quite a low place and thought, what am I going to do? And I already had the side hustle of the merch and thought, I'm just going to go with it. With a lot of encouragement from people at home.
Definitely. You have got a hell of a lot of support. You're from home, I don't know that area, but just from the people in the industry now.
Yeah,
you can see that.
it's been a growth through word of mouth, through Instagram, through meeting the right people, especially on the charity day that we held last year, the golf day.
Yeah.
Done business.
It is cool, isn't it?
It was, yeah.
And as you said as well, what I did pick up on, you're pretty much designing my whole wardrobe at the moment.
I am. Personal wardrobe.
I just go for I want a gilet, I want that t-shirt. I want to get away from black though, I've been told. I go too black because the missus was like,
Well, one of the ones is grey now, so we're all right.
yeah, spice it up. That's we're easing off. We're into the white soon. Oh, actually, there's also remind me rugby after this as well. A team that we support need 30 hoodies for their kids' tour.
Okay.
And they've come to us. They've also come to us to fund it as well, so they can think about it a bit. Work your magic, Sammy.
We'll see what we can
And
do.
it's all going well though. Just picking that one up and up.
Yeah, it's just getting busier and busier.
Interesting world in comparison to what you used to.
Well, the people are the same. It's still tradies I'm dealing with day in, day out. It's the world I've grown up in, the world I know.
And is your location expanding quick? So I remember we spoke about this before.
Yeah, so within 6 months I had to transform the garage into a workshop with new stations. We're holding on in there and I want to hold on as long as I can because the minute you move to a bigger premises, prices have to go up.
Yeah.
And that's not what I want to do. I'm all about the self-employed, the smaller companies.
Yeah.
I'm there with the no setup charges, the minimal fees.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got on with saying we just earlier about the studio here and what we're doing, and people then suddenly get onto, can we hire this out, hire that out, and just like you go up a band, and do you want to be that, isn't it?
Yeah.
And do you dilute your product in a way, don't you? Because
Well, this service I
the
give now is
personal touch,
it's
yeah.
all me. And the minute I bring someone else in, I know they won't care like I do.
Yeah.
I've seen that with the family business.
And it's
So
easy, I'm not just saying it because you're here, but it's been straightforward with yourself, isn't it? I
Yeah.
know because you're doing Lost City project stuff, merch, and you're helping us with our merch, but you just want to be able to say, can I just have that with that on?
Yeah.
And the amount of times we've had loads of different places over the last 10 years, and it's just like, just hassle. And
Yeah.
I end up just not bothering in the end.
It was dealing with Sammy for our workwear. We had load about a month ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was the most straightforward thing. Like,
Yeah.
we've had loads, and it's such a fucking pain in the ass normally.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, it's just funny, isn't it? Why everyone's got that perception of it, isn't it?
well, we've been to 3 different companies in the past, and two, but one of them was twice because they promised to sit me better the second time, and I'm a mug basically. So it was just like,
We'll make it better to an extra 20 quid.
so we'll go through all of it. It's like, yeah, it's all signed off. It'll be the next 2 weeks, and then it's like 3 months later. It's like, where is it? It's coming out tomorrow. What? It's been fucking 3 months. What's the matter with you?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, no, it'll be out tomorrow. Then another 2 weeks goes. Oh yeah, no. It's, you know what? Can't be asked. Whereas I was quite needy with what I wanted from Sammy basically, and she's like, yeah, we can do that.
Perfect.
You
Yeah.
made me redesign my logo.
Yeah, I did. I did make it. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. But I've also given her a great idea for everything going forward, though.
Yeah, because your background's marketing, that kind of stuff. Was that what?
Yeah, I don't go on about it too much though, because I don't really like marketing. No, it's not.
You're not.
No.
Yeah. Just doing it.
Yeah,
Just walking the walk instead of talking it.
yeah.
Happy days. Do you give a big push with the Stair Guys for you? I know you're all over social media a bit. You guys pushing on there?
Yeah, that's kind of just grown on its own. I mean, it's a similar people that I know to obviously to Sammy. We've got a very similar sort of network. It's probably the same network, really. So that's where we've grown. We get a lot of work off of there. I'm very similar to you on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Don't talk an abundance of bullshit, but moan a lot about certain things. And I think that it was watching something.
Strong moan. A strong
exactly.
moan.
Yeah. Well, it was something. I don't know if it was something you wrote or something that you said a while back. It was just like when the Lost City thing happened. She's like, you've been sort of saying about suicide rates and stuff for ages.
Yeah.
And then you're in a position where, fuck me, someone's just told me I can do this now. I can't fuck this up, basically.
Yeah.
You almost got that opportunity and went with it. So LinkedIn's a big one for me personally to have my gropes about timber, particularly.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this. Intrigues me.
Okay.
I know there's political stuff we spoke off air, but it's sourced from all over the world and stuff. And you have to. What's the crack then? So if you want to get some wood, you go anywhere in the world. Is it all timber based? Do you do metal staircases?
We do metal, but it's predominantly timber. But we are really, really stringent with the timber that we source from the people we get it off.
Yeah.
So we won't get anything from outside the EU,
Mhm.
and that is both processed and grown in the EU. Whereas you can look at timber like French oak as an example. 60% of that gets exported directly to China.
Really?
Yeah, and a lot of American stuff goes to China, and it gets processed there, either there, Vietnam, or somewhere in fucking wherever over there somewhere.
Until they get hit with the old was Donald Trump bringing in? Donald
Oh, the
Trump's
tariffs.
yeah.
But it's really bizarre. It's
All that lovely alpine timber
mm,
being thrown over to China.
purely down to cost as well.
Is it really?
Yeah, but
It probably ends up coming back as well in a different form, does it? Do they
well, it does. Yeah. So it goes over there to get engineered, a lot of it.
yeah.
So it get processed because it's cheaper to do it there than it is.
Send it around the world 2 or 3 times, eh?
It will do like 50,000 nautical miles by the time it gets here.
Yeah.
Whereas it could just come directly from France on a fucking lorry.
In a better condition. Yeah. A bit better product.
But then the industry's got the timber industry particularly is just in a death spiral.
Is it? Yeah.
That it's self-fulfilling. Everyone bows to the major house builders
Mhm.
as a general rule of thumb. There's some stories I could tell you there, and fuck me, they're funny, but they're not in any way funny at all at the same time. So it's,
I was just saying that. You said that. I just remember we were at a new house recently. Someone for a family friend, and the staircase was fucking creaky as hell.
they do.
And then, and it was a brand new house.
Mm. No, they will be. Yeah, they're pretty standard. It's stairs generally, especially the bigger the building sites are, they're like the forgotten child.
Yeah.
So we get it in our industry. The part of the industry we're in. It's like, I spent 150 grand on the kitchen. I've only got 3 grand left for the stairs, but I really want this. I'm like, tough shit.
Yeah.
I'm not here to sort out the fact that you overspent your kitchen. So you got 3 grand. I can help you spend the 3 grand, but it's not going to be what you want.
Yeah.
Um,
What's an expensive staircase? Not to delve in too much into finances, but what's Or so will you guys say? Because they're quite a big feature of a house. It can be.
They can
can't
be,
they?
yeah. I mean, they vary. Honestly, it's everyone's. I guess everyone's perception of expensive is different depending on what it is a lot of the time. But the moment a staircase costs as much as a car, I think it's getting a bit out of control. I'll be honest.
I'm trying to fit so many innuendos in my head here. You must get all the time, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
What's the best ones? Come on.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's the names I
step
get.
up.
I mean,
Woo.
there's one bloke I deal with in Bristol, and he's always called me Fred Astaire, and he finds it fucking hilarious.
On his own?
On his own. No, I just cracks him up every time. It's like, oh yeah, do you know what? That wasn't old 12 years ago. Eh? But keep on going.
Is he spending money with you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, just let him go away. But sort of going back to the timber, it's not great. The market's getting itself into a situation whereby there's some absolute dog shit over here at the minute that isn't safe, isn't fit for purpose, and a lot of the time isn't actually what it says it is, because the importers and the knock-on of the major house builders, which drips down to where we are in the market, everything's got to be certified by either FSC or PEFC or the TTF or any other fucking acronym you want to use out there, which are all utterly pointless, to be honest. But it's a pretty commonly known fact that you can buy these certifications in China for about $200. And there's examples that are really well sort of lodged of false certification in China coming over here. I mean, I could show you photos of stuff that's over here which says it's X. You look at it and it's not what it says it is.
It's mad, isn't it? Yeah. You must see it in the merchandise stuff as well, wasn't it?
I haven't had so much because I deal with the suppliers directly, which are the big name guys.
Yeah.
I don't get so much of that. I do my research into it before, but I only trust trusted brands.
Yeah.
I don't try and sell anyone rubbish cheap.
Yeah.
Because it'll just come back.
Yeah. Driving the price down.
Yeah.
Quality comes back. Shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting, isn't it? The timber world. Do you have to go out to these locations where the wood comes from? Should you? And when are we going?
So we can go if you want, eh? I don't think...
Bavaria's got loads of trees, and there's definitely wood comes out there because I spend a bit of time over there, have done in the past.
Yeah, I can't see me being openly welcomed into China these days. But, it's one of them, mate.
I think we should do a European tour of
Forests.
wood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
game for it, yeah.
Why
not?
a few alpine villages in Austria where I've spent a bit of time in my life
I'll be honest.
that we can put under company research.
Okay.
Perfect.
Can I come and just bring a Lost City sticker
Yes.
so we can get that global?
brand it
Well,
up.
we've done the van rally. This could be the European. Yeah, this is the Gumball rally. It's all in the aid of timber.
Do a banger rally.
Bang
Just
rally.
shagged out old transits.
Yeah, 100%. And just bring back a bag of kindling each and say, yeah, we've been researching timber. Yeah. Well, we done John O'Groats last year. And John O'Groats, we did, didn't we? Yeah. The van rally, we went up to John O'Groats before the Lost City campaign come. I was actually driving. So it actually feels like we've known Lee a lot longer, actually, isn't it? From on the tools. It's only been...
First thing with Lee.
Yeah, last May last year. And we drove from London to Leeds, picked up Lee from there. We had two vans, Leeds, Newcastle, Edinburgh, Inverness, John O'Groats, then back down through Glasgow to Liverpool, Birmingham, and then back here. 1,500 miles over 3 days, 14-hour driving a day for 3 days. It was actually really cool. It was quality, and we had such a good crack. We almost didn't spend enough time in the places to appreciate them as much.
It's gorgeous
But
up there as well. Isn't it?
Unbelievable, wasn't it? You get north of Edinburgh, and it was just... Edinburgh's a cool city anyway, isn't it? But you get north of there, and it was just, wow, this is unbelievable. But then, yeah, what we could have... All the ideas that go around your head, like, we've done that one now. I was like, now we know what to do and how many miles to set it to in future. Don't go 500, go like 350, something like that. So it's 10 or 12 hours, maybe 8 to 10 hours of driving, but get good stops in good places. And we stopped at a number of sites and spoke to people along the way. But I was looking at what we can do with the Lost City this year. I said to Lee about it. So we could look at doing some of a form of rally like that to do it. And there's one coming. It's a bit too soon now, but I always say what's it called? There's a massive. It's not Bauer. It's not Bauer. It is Bauer. The massive machinery construction plant exhibition in Bavaria, actually, in Germany, in Munich. Like, it's huge. It's the biggest in the world, alongside the one in Vegas. But it's the start of April, so it's quite soon. And it comes around only once every 2 or 3 years, I think they do it. And like something like that, we could literally a massive road trip, all branded up, going across. We're doing it. We're going to find a way of doing it. We do need to go down to Land's End at least because we've gone to the Northern Point.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go. How far is that from you? Because you're over.
What, Land's End?
Yeah. 2 or 3 hours, a bit
No,
longer
a
than
bit
that.
more than
Oh,
that.
is it really?
Yeah. I mean, you'd probably be 5.
Yeah.
4,
So Hereford,
5.
you're pretty much next door to Wales, aren't you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you have to
The,
deal
the
with
first line of defence.
SAS straight away? Do you have to go to the bridge from where you are? My geography? Or
No,
you
not really.
just-
I mean,
yeah.
the only time I ever need to go over the bridge is to
Cardiff time.
no, it's to go to Bristol. So I'll go.
really?
I'll go down to Newport to go over.
Oh, do you?
It's quicker
I
to go that
suppose,
way
yeah,
than
the
it
way-
is to
the
go
way-
across to Gloucester and down.
Is it really?
Yeah.
You have to pay for the bridge even more, do you?
No.
Yeah. I went down there the other year actually for see a mate of mine, and I noticed that. I was looking everywhere for the signs. Where do I pay? Where do I pay? And there's like, you don't. You used to. I do. I just relate back to Gavin and Stacey and thinking they definitely stopped and paid for the bridge.
Well, you always used to pay to go into Wales because
yeah, it's
you were
one way,
always
wasn't
like
it?
going as fast as you could to get out of there. That's what
Yeah.
I told you otherwise.
Get chased out. I got shot with a paintball gun on a drive-by outside of Weatherspoons in Blackwood. It's called.
That doesn't surprise me a great deal. Yeah.
And a few bit I said to us, yeah, same place. I was 17, just finished school, straight into window fixing. Went around the country just doing glazing and fixing big commercial glass and stuff. And we, standing in digs down there, and we come out, and the car come out the car park, and literally alongside the window, just I literally thought I was being shot. Just like this 16, 17-year-old kid, just petrified. And as I looked, I just saw this like different coloured paint on the walls. And I was like, oh, it's not actual.
Just paintball.
It's paintball, but yeah, it's terrified the head out of me. Welcomed me to the construction world. But looking back, it was quite funny. Hats off to them. But yeah, we're not. But that's the least what could have happened to us, really, I suppose, down that way. We're not very welcomed into the valleys down there, especially from this part of the country.
Oh, that's no better from where we are.
Is it not?
No, it's weird. I've never really got it.
Again, it is that way, isn't it? We've got plenty of Welsh lads around this way, and we get along with them. Don't even think about kicking them in. But we go down there.
I think the bizarre, what I've always said to people, because I spent a lot of time up in Scotland as well, is I think the closer you get to the border, the more English you become, in a weird way.
I've had this with people up in Kendal, and
you kind of get that way. It's just like, like Six Nations is a big deal for us. Like it is, it can ruin months. It doesn't ruin Saturdays and Sundays. It ruins months. If we lose to Wales, it is fucking horrific.
Is it? Yeah.
For a long, long time. Yeah. Not that it matters. It never happens these days. But
So you're a big rugby man.
I'm massive. Yeah.
Awesome. That's good. So I'll get you on the rugby WhatsApp group. 120 of us on there.
Right.
The construction industry.
Don't play anymore. My right knee's made out of glass. So.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it actually? You got it done.
But no, it's not made out of glass. It's
Oh, made out of something. I need a replacement.
No, it's fucked. No, I do physio every 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then it's all those stairs.
Hmm?
It's all those stairs.
It's all the ladders, probably, to be honest. Yeah, it's
Oh, is
it's
it?
the lack of stairs.
It's
a lot
like,
of the time.
we
Yeah,
need more stairs in the world.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
Get me there sooner.
So did you play?
Yes,
You did.
I was a very, very average hooker,
Brilliant stuff.
and I played some rugby as well.
Why Sammy just laughing to herself in the corner? That is very immature of you, Sammy.
No words.
Yeah.
No words.
Go back to that OnlyFans
Yeah.
project we got.
No, it's weird. You just sort of pick up the score. So if you can throw the ball straight and you're sort of 5'6", 7",
Okay.
so where else you can play?
Yeah. Is it a rugby dominant area where you are?
Not really.
Is it not? Yeah.
It's I think pretty much anywhere in England is predominantly football these days, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I guess our local club used to be the Warriors
Okay.
until they went
Yeah.
tits up.
Yeah.
I've grown up as a Gloucester fan,
Have you? Yeah.
so I go over there a lot. We're down at Twickenham for the summer bash in a couple of months as well. You ever done that?
I went not to the Twickenham one. Good crack, isn't it? Harlequins put it on, didn't they?
It's quality.
Yeah. They walk from the ground. That's a cup final day. They walk from Stoop to Twickenham.
Across the park.
All the
basically.
fans, yeah.
Yeah.
They make a big thing of it. And it's just like across the road. That's it. Across the M3 or whatever. And that's about it. I went to Saracens versus Leicester, I think it was, at Wembley.
Right.
And that was good crack before Tottenham was built. Because now
Yeah.
Saracens do Tottenham, don't they? But it shows what rugby can be, doesn't it, when they do that? So the tickets are easily accessible, low cost.
Yeah, we did it. It was 2 years ago. It's weird because it doesn't normally go around as quick as it has. So
Yeah.
Queen's Gloucester a couple of years ago. It's again this May or March or whenever the fuck it is. It's some point in the summer. And if you do hospitality for it, it's like 175 quid.
It's good crack, eh?
And it's decent seats,
Food and catering, all
food
included.
and beer all day.
You're going to spend that going to London anyway. Oh, yeah.
Easily, yeah. I was
Yeah.
a mess last time though. It got by the end of it, I was like, fucking hell. just bad.
You got
Bad time.
£170 worth.
Oh yeah, but
And
I packed in
and
drinking 6 8. We were talking about the other day. I was like, I don't know if we'll do it this time. I ain't going to drink that much Pepsi.
Yeah.
I don't think I've got that in me.
I went to Twickenham for the France game a few weeks ago
Oh, yeah.
and spent the day on the Zeros, Guinness Zero.
It's quality. Isn't
It's
it?
decent.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
yeah.
It's
I
good.
drove up there, parked opposite the ground. I'm still quite surprised. Parked opposite the ground, £20 for parking,
Right.
and I got there at 1 o'clock. And they just said to me, "You can park here for £20 on an industrial estate where the police were pitched up as well, so it must be safe." You'd like to think so. Probably people still get broken into right in front of the coppers.
Yeah.
And they said, "Yeah, you can park here. It's £20 for the day. All you have to do is you can't come back to your van until after 8 o'clock. We can come back, but you can't drive out until 8 o'clock once the roads open up again."
Yeah.
I was like, "That's sound. I'll just chill out here then. That's cool." But then by the time we went there, and I was with a few people and we started socialising. It was 8:30, 9 anyway. But
Yeah.
I was really intrigued. First time I've gone to a rugby match sober as well, actually, and it was actually a real good crack.
I've not done it. I've not done it yet. I've put it off.
Yeah, it's a different experience.
I
Don't
can
get me wrong,
imagine.
it's a very different experience. I didn't have to watch Sky Sports today after to find out the score. That's my last.
I'm fucking sure we won that. It was Gloucester against the Sharks. It was the European Cup final, the Challenge Cup final.
Yeah.
This summer just gone. We went to Spurs for it and did a similar thing again. And we were leading. I'm sure at some point, I'm sure we were leading the game. I came out the next day. I was like, "What was the score?" And I got pummeled. I was like, "Really?" I'm fucking sure we had a couple of tries early doors. I'm like, nah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got taken to Twickenham to watch England versus Wales, and it was again a 5 o'clock kickoff. It was deadly.
It's fairly for you.
And we're 4:45, and then this was 4 or 5 years ago, and we got invited. Someone said, "Steve, hospitality, everything laid on, corporate day. It's gonna be great, through work tickets, all this." I went, "Okay, sign me out. I'll come down." And they gave me the ticket, and I was like, "This just looks like a regular stand ticket." He went, "Yeah, it's just got a different kind of vibe to it. This one, don't worry about it." I was like, "We're just sitting in a normal stand." So yeah, you are, but like the pre-drinks and all that, you'll find out about it closer to the date. And then the week before, they said, "Here's the location. Be here at 11 o'clock." And they actually hired out London Welsh Rugby Club.
Oh wow.
Completely, yeah, and had a big dinner and drinks all there from 11 o'clock onwards, 6 hours before kickoff.
Bad, eh?
Yeah,
That sounds like a bad idea. Yeah.
and cool, yeah. A mate of mine, I think last thing I found out was I was asleep on a bench outside the ground, and yeah. Then a
Did you make it to
taxi
the
home.
game?
Made the game in
Impressed.
person, yeah. And then didn't know anything about the game.
It's
The day
horrific, though, isn't
after.
it?
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah.
You know,
It seems like a great idea. It always does,
does,
doesn't it?
it's
It's
that
like 11
excitement.
o'clock. I can take it steady, like 3 pints deep after 30 minutes.
yeah,
Oh, fuck.
and then
just-
the music starts. And you think
Yeah.
this is good, and then we ain't seen the rugby yet, and it's getting a bit much. and it is, and that is not just a hard day. It was just it was too much too soon, and great fun though. But that's what rugby does, isn't it? We've found a real difference between the sports that we do and the rugby stuff is just a little bit. I've got a bit of bias towards it, I suppose, but it's a little bit old school rugby when we do a day midweek for the guys, because it's all like the guys who don't play anymore
Yeah.
and remember rugby 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So everyone like still got that same energy, and like, does this mean we're all 40 quid a whip? We're 20 quid a whip after. Like, I don't get as far anymore, but yeah. And then there's a bit of a buzz about it and a need.
There's a lot more camaraderie to it, isn't there?
Yeah.
Even now, I think from sort of play, I used to play football, cricket, and rugby when I was a kid.
Mhm.
I was equally shit at all three, granted. So yeah, this isn't a tale of what could have been. I was shit. So it was, but I did the social.
That knee.
Did the well? No, it's not. I was just shit anyway. The knee happened later on. I can't even use that as an excuse.
Yeah.
But it's you sort of doing all three, socialising in the three. You sort of go in terms of the camaraderie and everything else in one bit with rugby, cricket, football. But the football stuff was always shite. It was always a bit bitchy and not overly pleasant and whatever else.
We create the same atmosphere on a football match as a rugby match at construction sport, with afterwards drinks, bit of dinner put on, and it is completely different.
It's weird, isn't it?
They disappear. Yeah, don't have showers. Footballers aren't keen to get in the shower.
See, that's the only part of rugby I miss.
Yeah, that's it. Straight in there. I was the only one who got showered at the last football game, just on my own. Must be saying something, but the no one wants to hang about too much. Funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's interesting. But you're seeing it across all the sports; they're all different.
But you can see it with the kids growing up, though. I mean, my eldest isn't overly keen on sport yet. The youngest will be eventually. But going to the local football and rugby clubs to us, like the local club to us is the Luptonians, and they're a pretty decent standard. They're sort of semi-pro anyway.
Yeah.
But you get welcome there. It's really, really nice. And you sort of go to the football, it's just like kind of no one talks to anybody.
Yeah.
It's all about one of their kids is going to be the next Messi. It's like, no, they're all shy, eh?
Yeah.
It's not, that's not what it's all about.
Pushy parent syndrome.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
I can hear it a Sunday morning out in my garden. Just the parents screaming at kids and at a local football match. I'm just like, My son probably will want to play a little bit of football, but I just know I'm going to end up hitting someone.
I'm exactly the same. Yeah, exactly the same.
It's just not worth it. Just thinking, no, yeah, because the way they talk to each other is ridiculous, isn't it? And our referee can deal with it, and they just got to put it on someone's chin if someone says that. Surely.
One of the lads that lives, he's 17, 18, I think he is, who lives down the road from us. He is semi-professional ref now, and I said, how do you do it? How can you put up with grown blokes screaming at you? Like,
why not just card someone, send someone off as the second they say something, like rugby would?
The thing is, you hear the stories like people doing that, they get filled in.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
Fuck,
yeah,
game in it.
Who's running this place?
Yeah,
your way, talking of rugby,
sorry,
is a big area.
Rugby.
Suffolk, Norfolk. Well, you're Norfolk.
I'm Norfolk.
Norfolk. Yeah, that's not far from you are. Norfolk.
Yeah,
two big rugby clubs.
I've never really been involved in rugby. I've been football all my life.
Mm-hmm.
I actually was involved as a physio for a few local
really?
football teams.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Sporting world of construction coming back.
Yeah.
Who's your team?
Liverpool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been brought
I
up.
can hear that strong scouse.
yeah. So local, eh?
No, I've been brought up with
Never
my
walk
dad.
alone.
My dad's always been Liverpool.
Is
So
it? Scouser?
growing up,
Where's the scouseness?
I think it comes back from when he was a boy. He used to live near Carroll Road.
Oh, did he?
And it was something to do with I don't know. I don't know exactly, but something to do when he was a young boy in Liverpool going to Carroll Road. So
The European days, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Some good cracks.
I took him for his 50th. We went to Anfield for a Champions League night.
Oh, really?
And then pretty much year on year, we go back.
Yeah,
Sort of thing me and my dad do.
That's cool.
Yeah.
When we come through, it's a cool place, isn't it, Liverpool?
There's rough areas.
Yeah, I think that's what I found it when we come through on the van rally last year. We were there, and I went, you know, we can just feel somewhere feels hard. And we're in the van, like, if we get out and talk, we are gonna die.
That bad,
It felt like that, didn't it? There's an ambience of immediate death is outside these van walls if we can get doors out of him. So there was like you could just feel. I don't know if it's the brickwork and just the whole vibe of the city seems really cool. I
The
want to
area
explore it
around
more.
the docks is gorgeous.
Yeah.
It is absolutely beautiful. But yeah, I know what you mean. I think the worst nights I've ever done are Champions League nights there, and you just don't feel safe. But it's not from the
Really?
Liverpool side.
Yeah.
There's never been from me. There's been times where I've been told when I've left the pub, take your Liverpool shirt off because there's away supporters waiting for you.
That's football again, though, isn't it?
It's weird, isn't it?
So I've done so many different sports. I've done F1.
Yeah.
I'm a big F1 fan. I've done
Oh, are
rugby,
you?
and I
Yeah.
feel a lot safer at both of those events.
Yeah, I'm intrigued with the F1. The F1 seems like a good day out.
Quality.
Is
It was
Yeah.
the best. I went last year, Silverstone, and I would do it all over again if I could.
Yeah, Carl Edwards, who came on the podcast a few weeks ago, he loves it. He think goes around all the time talking Grand Prix.
Yeah.
I just stereotypically think, do you just go and go? And then
You
that's
see a lot
kind of
more
it.
on the telly.
But
Yeah.
is it the ambiance?
It's the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And it's not just during the day, it's not just the F1 race you see.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to it. You see a lot more races, classic cars.
Is it? Yeah.
There's just something going on all the time, and there's the fan zones.
It's got a family welcoming environment.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
but
have to do
again,
it.
you're mixed in like rugby. The fans are mixed in together.
Yep.
So I'm sitting there in my Red Bull coat beside someone in a Mercedes coat,
Yeah.
and you have banter, you have a laugh.
Yeah.
You don't feel unsafe at any point.
It's funny when you look at football. I went to Upton Park, watch West Ham as a kid, and I'll never forget. It opened up to my eyes of standard construction chat, really, but the level of swearing that can be done consecutively for so long. Yeah, just like, what is this? And I was only like 8 or 9. I went with an uncle of mine, and then I'm just like, this is just weird. And I even look at it now. Do I want to take my boy to that environment? Or my daughter? She won't be interested in football, but do I want to do that? I don't think I do.
Still, I think football's the one most associated with the hooliganism, isn't it?
Yeah, it's funny. Martin, since Martin Dunn podcast come on the other week, it's Martin and Ian who come on. Martin was a lead role in the Tottenham environment.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's a bit more to it, actually. I'll tell you off camera. But yeah, funny. But he just saying that. But it used to be just full of people just wanting to go and just let off some steam every weekend.
Yeah.
He said, but now it's all been cracked down on for the right reasons, I'm sure. But there you go. The AndysManClub stuff you've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
You've been following them for a few years, doing a bit with them.
Yeah,
They are doing very well, aren't they? It's growing numbers wise.
I think we were the main reason for that, to be honest. So yeah,
Got it all.
it was about 3 months later, Man City joined and stuff like that.
You were the step up, yeah.
It's just, big deal. No, they're amazing, and they're really really decent people, and they started it all for the right reason as well.
Yeah.
And Tom goes every week to the one in Sheffield.
Does it? Yeah.
Yeah,
fair
yeah.
play.
Which is the reason behind it, because sort of going back to the charity stuff. The first one I did when I started on my own was SANS, which is the Stillbirth and Neonatal Death
Got a lot of
Society.
football teams, haven't they? I noticed there's a Sands football team near us. We've been asked to play against them. One in Kent, actually.
Yeah,
Sands FC. or something
Sons
like
FC. Yeah. So it was because the girl who helped me set the business up, Katie Russell, she lost her little girl Poppy it wasn't long after she was born, and she helped me so much incorporating the business, starting everything up, going through everything that I just wouldn't have. I'd have fucked up somewhere. I fucked up all over the place, but I would have fucked up more.
Yeah.
If you like.
Yeah.
And I was like, can I pay you? Can I do? She goes, no, nothing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. It's going to be this. I'm going to try and raise this up. I'm going to do it in Poppy's name. Is that all right? She meant more to her than anything else. And I was like, right, well, we're going to do this with something every year now.
Yeah.
Second year was Young Lives versus Cancer, because of a bloke I met down in Minehead. And then AndysManClub. AndysManClub is the first time we've done something for 2 consecutive years.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Superb.
It matters. You know, it's kind of like the thing that we do want to support.
The problem's only worsening, isn't it? At the moment, it's not halted, is it? I know the work they're doing is fantastic, but the grand scheme of things, it's more, like you say, it needs more and more.
Mental health in general and self-help and whatever in the country is a bit of a joke. I mean, you sort of go into Waterstones as an example with the self-help. A self-help section of anywhere should, over time, periodically get smaller.
Yeah.
They're getting fucking bigger all the time because everyone's got to have something wrong with them.
Yeah.
Which then makes everything worse.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah.
And that is it. People, just reaching out for those labels, and then suddenly you've got labels. Shit, I need something to do. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, and the velocity obviously is massive as well because it's industry specific. And yeah, I've a mate of mine who was a chippy, took his own life.
Did he?
Yeah, he had a really bad motorbike accident. It's only 12, 18 months ago. Really bad motorbike accident. Couldn't go back to work. Didn't have anything saved. He was self-employed.
Yeah.
That was it. He just didn't.
It took away.
None of us could help. Well, we all probably could have done more, but there's no point feeling guilty about things that weren't done. It's one of those things. We can't change it. Exactly. That's it.
Eats
So
away.
yeah, it would do, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, having gone through it firsthand, it's shite.
We have noticed as well, and I remember when I was very young, a family friend lost a brother. It's a bit distant story, but he died of cancer in the end. And I always remember our family friend always saying he was never the same since his motorbike incident, and it all led back to a trauma. And there's so many things, even the suicide thing, but even cancers. And we've got a good friend at the moment who's fighting in and out of hospital and has been since Christmas. He had a bad accident on site 10 years ago, broke his leg. But then from then, he's had so much problems. And it all seems to go back to some form, not saying every case, but there's always some form of trauma at the start, whether that's psychological or physical, isn't it? And then you realise, shit, we kind of did. I know I don't blabber along with my story too much, but I suffered trauma, acid thrown on me in 2008, and that was trauma. And then that led on to stomach issues and all the stomach issues. And I just my own self-research, really, self-help stuff, realised, shit, this is all linked to my brain and why I suffered physically. But there's so much of that. And we noticed, I could sit here and label, say, 6 or 7 people I know firsthand in construction who are all under the age of, the oldest 50, a lot of them early 40s, have died of brain tumours and cancers very quickly, aggressive ones that have come on. And a lot of them guys are, a number of those ones are business owners as well. And you look at they're open to this fucking stress just full time. And we've seen it as well. Like we're playing golf with Martin Guest, who passed away 2 years ago, and he had a brain tumour and had cancer. He passed away cancer within 12 months. It took him. But I was talking to him, and I remember playing golf with him, and he said, "I've got so much going on with the business, and I can't relax at night. And when I wake up in the morning, the guys are going to site, and I'm literally someone put a sickie or whatever. So he's chasing that straight away. Then once the guys are actually up and running on the job, he's chasing them to get paid. And then there's something constantly 7 days a week. And he said, I just can't sleep right anymore because of it. And then
It doesn't stop.
Yeah. And the next thing you know, 6 weeks later, he was diagnosed with cancer. 12 months later, he's dead.
That's similar to what I remember growing up with my dad.
Yeah.
Because I was in the business. I've got a decent sized family. I was the only one. It's me and my dad predominantly, mum part-time. Brothers and sisters weren't in it. I saw the day-to-days ins and outs of what he had to deal with, the calls he had, the stresses he had. But then him coming home and trying to hide that.
Yeah.
because you don't want to bring it home to your family life.
No.
And even though he's trying to hide it, I knew what was going on. My mum knew what was going on, but the others wouldn't.
Yeah.
But it was although he felt like he had to not show it
Yeah.
to have the happy home life.
And yeah, definitely.
And that's the worrying thing, growing up and seeing it, and then seeing other people doing a similar thing. Now, my dad doesn't. He's retired now. He's happy.
Yeah.
Golf. Loves the golf.
Good.
But yeah, it's growing up and seeing it is a scary world.
And there's the thing now. What is the industry? What is it doing about it? And that's the hardest thing, isn't it? We can do what we want. But do you see it from your end with clients into the pay side of things, and companies going bust as well? Clientele going bust?
We don't put ourselves in that position. We are payment up front or don't deal with this.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
That's what we set up with on the thing. So you can have a vesting certificate if you want.
Yeah.
So it's all there and sorted because in essence that money's going
Like
elsewhere.
a shop. Yeah. That's the funny with construction. Why is it that you can go to a shop, buy something, you have to buy something, and then walk away with it? But in this construction world, it's very much like
4 weeks later.
yeah,
But
we'll build your house for you, and then you buy it off us,
Yeah.
and you pay for it at the end. Literally.
No, that's it. It's changing the perception around all of it. It's construction's never been keen to change, but you sort of flip around the other way. It's like I don't go to Tesco and get my weekly shop and say I'll pay for it next month because they would tell me quite rightly to fuck off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't work. And the way I flip around with our customers a lot of the time is, look, if you need credit of 1,500 quid, I ain't gonna want to give you credit of 1,500 quid.
Yeah.
Which I know sounds really unhelpful.
Yeah.
So you can pay on credit card, you can do whatever you want, pay my backs, whatever. But that's the way we work. If you can't do it or don't want to do it,
You can't afford
that's
it.
fine.
Simple.
It's not that can't afford it. If someone else wants to take that liability on, that's up to them.
Yeah.
We are a small family business. We're not here to basically fund other people's fucking projects.
The industry's literally got itself in a right pickle, that one. You can see it all the time,
Mm.
and we do it all the time. We get delayed payments all the time. One of our accreditations didn't carry over directly. You have to reapply for it at the end of the year every time. And then because that hasn't directly, we didn't know it's the first year we've had it, so it's literally was just put on hold for a couple of weeks. So we had to reapply and go for it. One of our payments is due to be made to us from a company that we can work with because we've got that accreditation.
Mm.
Now that accreditation's on hold, they're holding the payment until we get the accreditation up and running again.
Yeah, you
And
have,
it's just
have
like-
to have the verification to get the payment, but you can't get the.
I'm
You
like,
can't
the
take
job's
the
done.
verification.
The job was
Yeah.
delivered in December, and like, just give us our money.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just no, we hold on to it. You see it all the time.
I think the thing with a lot of us, all three of us to be fair, is we're all probably accidental business owners as well.
Yeah,
None of us got trained in any of the stuff we're doing now in terms of getting to the point that we've got to.
Yeah.
So you've just kind of got to roll with the punches a bit.
you
and
learn by getting burnt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's probably a better way to word it than I was. But yeah.
But yeah, accidental business owners, and that is probably construction as a whole, isn't it?
Well, it is. I mean, you think whatever you do, you serve your apprenticeship, you do whatever else, and you set up on your own. You piss somebody off because you've left somebody to set up on your own.
Yeah.
So you'll automatically got someone who really doesn't want you to succeed from day one in the industry. Full stop. That's just the way it works.
Yeah.
You'll get a few cheerleaders and what have you on the way, and people who support you. It's great, but no one teaches you about the core fundamentals of running a business
No,
or anything at all. It's not.
from day one. And that's what you said when self-employed world. The second you go out and register self-employed or whatever, you're a one-man business in a way, or lady business, one-person business from day one, really, isn't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, and there's literally straight away taxes, accountants, keeping your receipts, putting it all in, what you can write off, what you can't, what you want to write off, what you can't.
We're not going to that route. We can talk about that off camera as well.
But that is kind of where it is, and we've seen it now a lot. We had James Malushka, who's a financial, what's the word, financial advisor, and he kind of wants to help companies below six figures, because everyone who thinks they need a financial advisor is because they earn loads of money, but actually there's a shed load of people who need financial advice under that bracket.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Just to get started. But why doesn't the fucking school system or academics teach us, or the academic side of school teach us about what taxes and what mortgages and
Real
all that
life.
shit? Real life, isn't it? It's crazy, isn't it? But however, we can all try and learn the square root of fucking 200 or whatever bullshit.
Pie.
Yeah, pi. Yeah, who's used pi since school? There's just so much to it, isn't it? It's absolutely bonkers. But apart from that, guys, it's all cushy. What's the world? Where are we going in the world now this year? What you got? Lost City? We're pushing on. You do anything with that?
Yeah.
What we run with?
Well, we've got the golf.
Golf
day,
day.
We've got the
haven't we?
golf day.
Yes.
I was half tempted to say I'll come and do your bike ride with you, but nah, not really.
How far's Hinkley? from
Not
you?
far.
It's not far, is
It's
it?
2 hours. It's not.
You have to
very
come down there though, because we're talking to them about the rugby Bridgewater Rugby Club.
much. Oh, okay.
They've got 15 of them actually, good number of them at Hinkley play for Bridgewater Rugby Club
Oh, okay.
as well. And they've got 2 or 3 teams running that every week. I said if we go down to Hinkley, we'll have to go to training session on a Tuesday or a Thursday night and get involved. Shut up, mate, it's done. Not really.
Sure.
Thank you for coming in, guys. We've touched on most things, I think. The merch, the Stair Guys,
That guy.
Sammi merch of Sammi merch. Guys, it's been emotional. Let's put it out there and see what happens. God
Thank you very
bless.
much.
Come on, shake hands. We've all done it. Reach everyone out.
Go into there.
Oh, not awkwards. Big love. Over and out.